Hello. Today I'm reviewing the Midnight Magic Tarot deck by Sara Richard, and the concept behind this tarot deck is that each card is assigned a mushroom. And so each card will have like a drawing of the mushroom, and it'll give you like the name and the scientific name of it, as you can see here. And I think I've said it before, or at the very least I've said something similar in my avian tarot deck review, but this concept is like my favorite genre of tarot deck just because I really like it when tarot decks bring in things from the natural world and like bring that into the tarot system, because I think that decks that do that can be a very fun opportunity for the users of the deck to learn a little bit more about the world. Like, for example, I don't know barely anything about mushrooms, and me owning this deck is an opportunity for me to learn more about them through something that I already love, which is the tarot. And I think that's really cool. And I also think it's cool that someone would create a tarot deck like that, because it just shows, in this case, it shows Sara Richard's love for mushrooms, and it shows how much she knows about them, to like not only be able to like cite all these facts about them in the tarot guidebook, but also to assign them to the cards in the tarot. I think that's really cool. But yeah, so on to some of my favorite cards in the deck. This is the Five of Swords. I like the way the slugs look. This is the Seven of Wands. I love the color and also just like the skinny shape of these mushrooms. This is the Three of Pentacles. I love the color. This is the Page of Cups. I really like the shape of these and like the small mushroom caps. This is the Four of Wands. I really like the placement of these like white mushrooms in the card. Just something about it, I don't know. This is the Knight of Cups. I really like the feather and like the purple. This is the Nine of Cups. I love the frog. This is the Six of Pentacles. I love the underside of this mushroom, and I love the drawing on the caps of the others. This is the Sun. I like how bright it is, as it should be. And then these last three, I just really like the mushrooms that are shaped like cups. There's something about it is very aesthetically pleasing to me. Yes, so something else I also want to point out about this tarot deck is that each suit of the minor arcana is like decorated with its own like thing along the sides. And I think that's a cool idea. I really like the ways that tarot deck designers distinguish between their suits of the minor arcana. I think it's really interesting whenever they do something special like this. I also think that it's an especially good thing to do for this tarot deck specifically, because in these cards, at least most of the time, you don't actually see the Seven Wands or the Five Swords, or like the cups in this Page of Cups card. And so doing this like along the sides is an opportunity to distinguish between the cards visually, when that isn't otherwise there in the actual imagery. So yeah, that's nice. And then this is the back of the card. I love this design so much. I love the way the mushrooms all overlap each other in this, and how there's like some blank like black space in the middle. It's just very aesthetically pleasing to me. Also, I always like to point out like whether the backs of the cards look the same, upright and reversed. These look the same. They aren't exactly the same, because like this mushroom and this mushroom are not the same. It's not something that you would notice though, unless you are paying like very close attention. But yes, I love this design so very much. Alright, so this is the guidebook, and it's a pretty good guidebook, pretty extensive as you can see. And what I like about it is that whenever you go to read the interpretation for a card, it has the name of the card, the name of the mushroom, it then gives you like a little blurb about the mushroom, then it gets to the interpretation. As you can see, there's upright and reversed. You love to see it. And you also get keywords for each one, and not just the interpretation, which is nice. Very good guidebook. I'm a fan. And I also think that there's like a good balance between like information about the mushroom and information about the interpretation of the cards. So you get like a nice balance between the deck's educational value and its divination value, if you will. Also, something interesting about this guidebook is that there are pages in the back for notes. That is not something I've ever seen before. So yeah, interesting. Now, what I also like about this guidebook is towards the front in the introduction, Sara Richard talks about how the reason why she got into foraging is because she was once in the forest and she found a chicken of the woods mushroom, which is the fool in this deck. And when she was able to successfully identify it and was able to identify it as safe to eat, it helped her like lose some of the, I believe she referred to it as like the societal fear or something like that of just like wild mushrooms. Yeah, but like being able to identify it and like being able to tell that it was safe like helped her like lose some of the fear that had been ingrained in her of just like eating random mushrooms that you find in the wild. And she talked about how that experience inspired her to learn more about mushrooms. And I felt like that was a really cool story because I think that being able to name things in your natural environment is it can be such a joy, you know, because it can help you feel more connected with it. It can help you feel more connected with the natural world, which is part of the reason why I really like this genre of tarot decks, because they teach me more about the natural world. And I really liked that story. It really like endeared me to her and also this deck like when I was first going through the guidebook. So cool stuff. And I also like how she feels motivated to share her knowledge of mushrooms with others in this format. I think that's really cool because I don't know, I already kind of said this, but it's just cool like when someone knows that much and chooses to share that knowledge by way of making a tarot deck out of it. I think that's really fun. I also want to show off this box, specifically like this part. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. I like it. I like the various creatures on it. I don't know. Okay, well. Oh, also these cards smell nice. You have no way of confirming that through the video, but just trust me, I think they smell nice. Okay, well, that's all I have for you guys today. Overall, I really like this deck. I really like its educational value. I really like the art style of it. Yes. All right. Okay. Yes. That's all I have for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.